Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Against the Stream. And I know in the last episode I said we wouldn't be doing a lot of ice fishing, but that was a lie because we're sitting on the shores of Lake Superior right now. It's 9 o'clock at night and we're fixing to go get after some smelt, so stay tuned. Now, smelt fishing usually a nighttime activity. Can target them in the daytime. It's just a little bit easier to attract them at night using something like this. This is called an underwater fish light. They work by attracting the plankton. Plankton attract the smelt, and we're gonna set up to catch the smelt. So let's drop this baby in the water. Boom. Check that out. Let's get it. All right, so here's the rod I use for jigging smelt. It's got two key things that I like for a smelt rod. Number one, it's got a very sensitive tip, so you can see that bite really easily. And number two, it's extremely short. This is a 24-inch rod. Since smelt fishing, it's more of a visual bite. You're not really feeling the bite. You want that rod to be closer to your face. It makes it a lot easier to see when you're fishing in a dark shack. I prefer to use a braided line because with these smaller diameter ice reels, they tend to provoke a lot of line memory and fluorocarbons and monofilaments. And if you get that coil, that eats up all your sensitivity. So I found that by using a braided line, if your line lays a lot straighter, you're going to be able to see those light bites a lot easier. Got him. Fish on, baby. Oh yeah.
Burbot time?
No, don't go burbot time yet.
What? Are you kidding me?
What if that's the only one we get?
Okay. You really think it's the only one we're going to get?
So this is the jig we are using for smelt. It is a Sitka Smelt Stick, which is just pretty much a lead jigging spoon with a chain dropper below it. And it's different from your typical jigging spoon because number one, a smelt isn't going to eat this. It's way too big and smelt are tuned in to plankton-sized baits. So with this, you get an attractor and then you tip that hook with half a waxworm. The jigging spoon brings in the smelt. They see that little bait dangling below and they eat it, no problem.
So hard. They got the best invasive species.
I know. When it comes to invasive species, they don't get much better than the rainbow smelt.
What did fish eat before rainbow smelt?
I'm not sure, but it wasn't as tasty. Okay, there's smelt that high, Nick. We should be able to see those. Oh, yeah, I can see it. He just swiped at my jig. Yep.
Oh, I got one. I saw.
Oh, he's swiping!
I saw him.
He's trying! Oh,
Got
him! He came in so hot!
Dude, they're just prowling down there.
I got such a tangled mess. I mean, it could be really good, but I'm just not saying it real good.
That. If I would have seen that in the store, I wouldn't have understood.
That's all it is. I mean, smelt's not going to eat this. This is like minnow-sized food. But if you put a little half a waxworm on the dropper chain, a smelt is going to eat that because that looks like food to a smelt. It's plankton size, bite
size. Is that why
size.
you use half the size of a waxworm?
Oh yeah.
So it looks more like a plankton.
You can use a full waxworm to catch smelt, and they'll eat it. You'll never hook them because a smelt can't get a full waxy and a hook in its throat. So you nip the worm in half, you get as many bites, and 10 times the hookups. Piece of cake.